Bakich and Grice. Coach, if you could start us off with an opening statement, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, great game. Those first 5.5 innings, it was quite the battle. It was tough for us to solve through Hackenberg. He was electric tonight. Just a good fastball, nasty slider. Was throwing the slider at any count. 3-2. It was tough. Obviously, we caught a break with the 2-run error there. It happens to the best of players, and Jacker was one of the best in the conference, and it happened in. But I thought that was a little bit of a turning point. Cam Canarella has a 12 pitch or 13 pitch at bat to take the lead. And Cooper Ingle with a bunt base hit. Willie Taylor to hit by pitch, and then of course Caden comes up with his hoping he hits a grand slam, and he does. And that really separated the game, and then we were able to score 4 more later on. And the pitching around that time of the game, DJ Bailey coming in, double play, 2 big double plays, and then every after that being 0. So it wasn't easy. It was maybe not the typical script of the game, but just proud of our guys for playing from a deficit, flipping the scoreboard, and being separated 8. But we had some very competitive at bats and big hits, big 2-out RBIs, ran as well, pitched well out of the pen. And so good, just a good team win to start things off.
Caden, you got the break with the 2-run error, but really good teams take advantage of those things, and you guys put 4 more after, 5 more after that. What that kind of thing? Did you kind of feel like this is our opportunity, and you guys take advantage of it? And the other thing too is, 13 in a row now. Do you guys kind of feel like you expect things like this to happen and to be able to kind of jump on that?
I mean, yeah, it was a big break, and like he said, Jack Rose is a great player, and honestly best in the country. And I mean, yeah, it was nice to get that, but Cam had a really tough at bat, put us up with 12, 13 pitch at bat, and just people went on their way on base. And that's kind of the story of it. We're just a really tough team. Just keep putting together good at bats, and that's that's what we play. That's our ball. And then your other question was what? I forgot it.
I mean, the way you guys are going, the role that you've been on since April.
Yeah.
Do you just kind of feel like something good is going to happen eventually?
I think it comes down to toughness. We're a really tough team, and we believe that we're never out of the fight. And we just keep on grinding, pitch after pitch, and we don't look ahead, we don't look behind us. We just keep going.
Coach, can you take me through that full pitch at bat with Canarella, and what that continues to go about his growth as a player, especially with him being so young?
Yeah, he's mature beyond his years as a hitter. He's just got a slow heartbeat for this game of baseball. He was been like that since the first day of fall. When we were trying to figure him out and just realize that he's one of those guys that stays centered very well. He just always seems to be in neutral. Go 5 for 5, and he looks the same as if he ever had a random over kind of a day, and that's what makes him consistent. Is because mentally he's consistent. It's a gift, especially at that age, to be that poised and be that mentally tough, to be able to stay in the middle like he does. He's able to just reduce things down to winning pitches and having quality at bats, and doesn't lie.
Can you just walk us through the grand slam? What you saw?
Just trying to be patient, and I couldn't do it without people on base, but just trying to be patient. Had a base Hackenberg those 2 at-bats prior, and the stuff was free. And just trying to get in the pitch and just keep everything slow. Glad to get a really good arm. He gave us some trouble 2 weekends ago, so yeah, better solid.
Aaron, back when this thing started, did you kind of see this coming? I mean, was there like a light switch moment for this team, or was it a matter of just kind of trying to figure out who was best in what role, and just kind of getting a feel for everybody and gradual thing?
Yeah, I don't know if I can pinpoint one specific moment where all of a sudden, we just started playing well. I think we were playing well a lot and we were just coming up short. And, we had a few guys out, but, everybody has a few guys out all the time. And, I think it was just the players should get all the credit because they're the ones who stay positive. It would have been very easy for them to become discouraged when we're 16-14 and 2-8 in the league and, wondering if all this training that they've been doing in classroom sessions and everything was really worth it. But they stuck with it. They stayed positive. The coaches stayed positive. And we started to catch a few breaks. We started to get a few guys healthy. We started to figure out a few more roles. And before you know it, that we just started to build momentum for ourselves. So we're not looking at anything in numbers. We're just looking at the next game, and next game's our most important season. And these guys have done a really good job of just, staying in the moment. Tournament like this, just playing the tournament and taking everything as one at a time as best they can. When we were staring at the season going nowhere fast and seeing what the other side of that looked like, it's also a high level of gratitude for the fact that we are playing well. And had we not get dragged through the mud early, like Caden said, we wouldn't be as tough as we are now. Because there's a resilience and a callousing of the mind that takes place when you have all those setbacks and have that much adversity, and just builds you up. It's shaped the identity of this team of who we are now, and I'm thankful we did have that rough start because of the team that is created today.
How much of an advantage does it give you as a game stars? If you try to make it,
I don't know. I mean, I guess Boston College gave us everything we could handle up in Chestnut Hill. So we'll figure out who we're pitching on Friday. It's Darden and Gordon. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have our hands full with Boston College because that is an outstanding team. So that's all we're really focused on here. One of our weekend starters will quit, either righty or left.
Billy Emick is, today, I think somewhere at 500 over his last 53 at bats, which is kind of insane. So you can't really out there, but what is an emergence next team? Because it seems like his emergence kind of coincided with the.
Yeah, he's got an incredible story, and it's actually an inspirational story for anyone that starts the season as a role player who's not getting much playing time. Billy Amick, it was only by chance that he even got into a game this year. Caden was pitching, a first baseman who was in the game got hit by a pitch and had to come out. Gets in there, gets a hit or two, and before you know it, he's hitting a walk-off grand slam against Georgia State and getting a few more opportunities. We still didn't even have him in there the first 3 weekends of conference play. I think it was the Sunday, Saturday, the game 3 against Wake Forest that he got a start and got a couple of hits. But he's a kid that, he just was always positive, always worked hard, took advantage of his opportunity, got better as the season has gone on, got better throughout the fall. And now, for a guy that was never even considered in a lineup, now we can't write a lineup without him hitting in the 5-hole behind Caden. I think it's helped both of them because you've got two real power threats in the middle of the order. They both get, instead of him just being the guy that gets pitched around, got a guy like Billy Amick right behind him. That's a big deal. It's certainly been a big boost to our offense with the two of those guys right there in the middle.
Coach, after the UNC series, you said the thought of a game not meaning like tonight did resonate. I just want to know what the message was going into tonight and what the message.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't resonate because it counts. It counts. I look at our record, it counted for our record, it counts for our RPI, it counts for everything. It counts to the way we just play to a standard. So just looking for the words of how to frame it to the team, because everyone was saying it doesn't count for advancing on full play. So prior to knowing who the winner was between Virginia Tech and Boston College, we just talked about this is going to be we're going to talk about it as a normal 4-game week where we have a midweek game and we have 3 conference games. And we don't know which is the midweek game yet, because whoever wins the Virginia Tech and Boston College game, the winner of that game, when we play that winner, that'll be. So it could have been Wednesday or Friday, but could have been game 1 of conference play. It just so happens that Boston College won, and so we're treating tonight like we normally do. Used a lot of pitchers, and we want to approach it. Friday, Boston College conference play, but that's just a more of a, and I get why you it's scheduling TV. It's great. It's just not a double elimination. See at every level. So I think it's just more just how to approach this tournament, having never done before.
And then you said you weren't a fan of like still holding everything.
I just think look, I'm not against it. I just am probably, if I were gonna favor anything, I would favor what the postseason looks like on the road to Omaha. A double elimination tournament, regional, super regional tournament. So I would, probably more in favor of just double elimination type tournament. But, not gonna change it. It's cool play, and we'll just play the tournament. That means play our pot and do our deal, and hopefully keep playing well. But I'm not going to say change it. Right? Sure, we'll talk about it. Sure, the coaches do. But I think I understand the format a little bit better now, going through it for the first time. Yeah, probably just mentally gravitate towards the traditional double elimination tournament.
Anything else? All right.
Can I ask one?
Thank you,
or two?
everybody. Appreciate it.
Hello?